And viewers, the Prime Minister is in Paris as part of his two-day visit to celebrate 25 years of the strategic partnership between the two nations. In fact, in less than 30 minutes from now, the Prime Minister is set to interact with the Indian diaspora at the iconic La Scène Musicale in Paris. Bharat Mata Ki Jai chants are resonating in Paris and the diaspora is upbeat to listen in to PM's Man Ki Baat. But before that, let's talk about the Tri-Services contingent who will march with French troops in Paris tomorrow. We have some special guests joining us on the broadcast, officers of the Tri-Services who are leading Indian contingents, all set to march in the Bastille Day parade in Paris tomorrow. Let me welcome on the show Commander Vrat Baghel of the Navy, who will be leading the naval contingent, Squadron Leader Sindhu Reddy of the Air Force, who will of course be leading the Air Force contingent, and let me first and foremost go across to Captain Aman Jagtap of the Indian Army, who will be leading the Army contingent of the Punjab Regiment. Captain Jagtap, let me begin by asking you, what's the sense of excitement that you have at the moment in terms of participating in the Bastille Day parade? What's the mood like? What's the experience like?
So the Josh is actually off the roof right now because we are very prepared. We had a lot of preparations back in Delhi. And since Punjab Regiment shares a big history with the French Army, we've participated in both world wars, and the fact that our ancestors from our regiment gave the ultimate sacrifice on this land that we are standing right now, this fact alone acts as a big motivating factor for me and for all my troops. So this will be very exciting for us after 107 years participating in the parade that we participated 107 years ago.
Right.
The feeling is just inexplicable, but I am sure that tomorrow we are just going to kill it.
And how have the preparations been, Captain Jagtap, if you can share with us?
So actually we started preparing as a contingent last year for Republic Day parade. And I'm sure everyone, you also might be knowing that Punjab Regiment was the best marching contingent on Republic Day Parade 2023 this year. So the same contingent was called back. We gathered in Delhi, and since then we've been practicing for this. We came here 1 week ago, and since 1 week we have been practicing here in Paris.
All right, let me now go across to Squadron Leader Sindhu Reddy of the Air Force. Squadron Leader Reddy, thanks for speaking to us here at Times Now. Take us through really how it feels, leading Indian Air Force's 68-member marching contingent at the historic Bastille Day celebration in Paris on Friday.
Feeling has been really enthralling. The feeling that I'll be leading the Indian marching contingent and that I'll be representing my country on foreign land on a special day of French, that is on their national day. It really makes me proud because we've been practicing for this and we've been very excited to see their kind of national day celebration. So we're really excited and as well as thrilled to see what unfolds tomorrow.
As Squadron Leader Reddy, you also led, in fact, the Air Force contingent at the Republic Day parade earlier this year. How are things different there in France?
So the Republic Day is a lot different in terms that our procedures and our distances and what we display is in terms of that, but it is very similar in terms of, the enthusiasm that people show, the support that people show, the cheering from the people and all that. So on a similar fashion, the Bastille Day also has equally, there's equal cheer from the crowd and they have been equally excited to see us march. So for this Bastille Day, we will be marching very less compared to what we march in our Republic Day. So that makes it slightly easy, but also more exciting because everything is new. The surface is new, the crowd is new, the layout is new. The procedures are new, so that makes it really exciting. But at the same time, we'll be looking forward to the cheer from the people. We're looking forward to see the vibe that is set for the Bastille Day.
Right, and also Commander Vrat Baghel, if I can ask you, INS Chennai is participating in this parade. Tell us about why it is special and why it was selected for this Bastille Day parade.
I cannot tell you why it was selected, but probably one of the reasons was the thing is that INS Chennai was one of the ships actually that participated in Varuna, which is the joint Indo-French naval exercise. So the 21st edition of Varuna took place in January this year, and INS Chennai took part in that. And it is the same ship that is in Brest, in the north of France as we speak. And while the Tri-Services Marching Contingent will be walking down the Champs Elysees on 14th, the crew of INS Chennai will be taking part in Bastille Day Parade celebrations in Brest.
And Commander Vrat, there have been historical ties between India and France. In fact, a short while ago, Captain Aman Jagtap was referring to it. Tell us about the kind of welcome you received in France, because Indian and French soldiers have fought together way back from the World Wars.
Oh, we received a fantastic welcome. Clearly, the French people are very happy to see us. They welcomed us with, they gave us a very, very warm welcome. We have been made to feel welcome. All our requirements have been taken care of. We march every morning. We practice every morning alongside our French counterparts. So it's a great feeling to be here. And there's a great sense of camaraderie. There's this great vibe in the air, so to say, and we feel it every morning when we go for a parade practice.
Right. And Captain Jagtap, if I can ask you, Prime Minister Modi will be participating in this parade when you will be marching past. How does that make you feel?
Yes, to be very honest, not every day you get an opportunity to show the mettle of your regiment, of the Indian Army in front of your Prime Minister, that too on foreign land. So this is a huge, huge deal for us, and we are absolutely prepared for it. We are going to kill it tomorrow.
And if I can ask you the same question, Squadron Leader Sindhu Reddy, the fact that Prime Minister will be in attendance, he will be the chief guest there at the Bastille Day Parade. How does that make you feel?
So this is really a proud moment for sure, because our Prime Minister has been invited as a chief guest for attending a national day, and we as a part of Indian Armed Forces will be representing our country for him, and will be accepting and saluting our Prime Minister on this land, which is also happens to be a good defense partner for us. So that has been really exciting. And we are really thrilled to see the feeling that the Prime Minister might have when he looks at our troops on Bastille Day Parade, and especially when we'll be leading the marching, entire marching contingent of the French. So really excited for this moment, yeah.
Yeah, and Commander Vrat Baghel, your expectations, the Prime Minister is going to be present while you march past tomorrow.
It is indeed a very historical moment, actually, because as you would be aware, this year marks the 25th year, that's quarter of a century of the signing of the Indo-French strategic partnership. And in those years, our friendship and our partnership has only grown. So to commemorate the 25 years, our Honorable Prime Minister is a guest of honor for the Bastille Day Parade, and which is why the three armed forces are taking part in the parade. So it's a matter of great honor and pride, and our men are totally ready for it.
And Commander Baghel, without getting into the specifics, there are, of course, big ticket defense deals that are being signed in Paris during the Prime Minister's visit. Without getting into the specifics of it, as a soldier, as an officer, present in Paris at this historic moment, do you feel special actually being part of history being made?
It's true, actually. The defense cooperation between the two countries actually exists in all the three dimensions, both air, surface, as well as subsurface. I can comment on the naval side of things. As you are aware of the Scorpion submarines that are made in India with the French French technical know-how, and that the last of the submarine joined the service recently. So it is the Indo-French defense partnership and ties are vibrant, and they are on an upward trajectory. Similarly, for the Air Force as well, the Air Force has the Rafales, and there are multiple other avenues in which the partnership on the defense front exists, and it's only going to increase in the future, the way I see it.
Right. And also for Squadron Leader Sindhu Reddy, ma'am, what do you think about the anticipation as Indian and French forces are getting ready to march and fly alongside? What are your expectations of tomorrow's events?
So tomorrow our own aircraft, that is 3 of our Rafale, will also be flying as part of the flying display during the parade. And that is really exciting for us, especially the Indian Air Force troops on ground, because since we know that our counterparts are in the air, pilots in the air and the troops on the ground, that is what makes a deadly combination of the Indian Air Force marching contingent as such. So we are really excited to see this and to display our power.
And also as a female air warrior, the fact that you've been selected to lead this particular contingent, what do you think is the larger message going out to all those women out there who certainly look up to our forces?
Yes, in terms that, I would want to send out a message that being part of the Indian Air Force, the organization has given an equal opportunity, be it women or men, in the service. So this is one very good example of that. We can see that I will be leading the contingent, but along with me, I also have 3 other officers, which consists of 1 woman and 2 more men. So it sends out a message of equality, because we are equal in number, and it also sends message that there is no limit that has been set because of gender, and at least in the Air Force being gender neutral, it is provided us equal opportunities, and organization has been really supportful towards this achievement of ours.
And Captain Jagtap, if I can ask you, have you had opportunity to interact with your French counterparts when you speak to French soldiers, French officers? What's the kind of response that you've been getting there?
So before coming to France, I and my troops, we learned a few French words. From day one that we have been here, the interaction with French army has been very good. They all keep smiling faces. They are all very eager to socialize with us. And even during the rehearsals, they commend our way. Like, our way of drill is slightly different from theirs. We have a lot of hand swing. Our energy is off the roofs. So they never shy away from, appreciating our way of drill or our level of drill. In all the debriefs that we have had after the rehearsals here, the French commander who is responsible for the entire Bastille Day military parade, he has always made us example for their army. So the hospitality of the French, the interaction with them has been all really, really good.
All right, Squadron Leader Sindhu Reddy, Commander Vrat Baghel and Captain Aman Jagtap, would like to thank all of you for taking the time out and speaking to us here at Times Now, and wish you all the best in making our country proud at the Bastille Day Parade tomorrow, where you'll be representing India. And certainly, of course, 1.4 billion Indians will be watching from here and cheering for you. Thanks so much for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, just a few minutes from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to address the Indian diaspora in Paris. The josh is high as the Indian Army band enthralled the audience at the La Scène Musicale in Paris. Leaving you with these visuals. Thanks so much for joining us.